Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking another cheeky look at Cardano. Specifically we're taking a look at what might just become world's largest blockchain venture. This is all to do with Africa and a potential government contract that's going on over there. So we're going to get into that and see what's going on there for Cardano, and obviously we'll have a look at the Cardano to USD chart, see how things have been performing there in terms of the ADA price. So yeah, if you find this video useful, informative, do go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it, and so do I. And if by chance you're new to this channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here for the crypto space, Chris. And what's the other thing that you like to talk about, Chris?
Well, it's a Cardano video, so it wouldn't be a Cardano video without a little bit of chit chat about the staking pool that we've got, Nick. So don't forget you can delegate to the cheeky crypto Cardano staking pool. Bit of a mouthful, that one. Using the ticker CHEEK, you can access the pool via the Deadliest wallet, 𝗕𝗓𝗪 wallet, and the Atomic wallet. Got to be in it.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'd love to have you there. We'll be minting blocks together and really helping Cardano with the decentralization effort. Right, so let's jump on over to the desktop, Chris, and take a look at this fantastic piece of news around Africa and Cardano.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Nick. This is going to be huge.
It's going to be absolutely massive. So Cardano Africa basically will host the world's largest blockchain venture. So Charles Hoskinson, our beloved leader here at 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗘𝗡𝗧𝗦 and the Cardano inventor, has been outspoken regarding the enormous opportunities offered by the African continent for the implementation of blockchain technology. He has time and again stated that his firm 𝗖𝗢𝗔𝗡𝗡 and previously 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗃 has several ventures for Africa in the channel, right? So considering the variety that the ventures are too large, as disclosed in an interview by John O'Connor. This is the director of, I think, 𝗖𝗢𝗔𝗡, African operations at 𝗖𝗢𝗔𝗡. Even long-standing members of the Cardano communities were taken by a pleasant surprise. So the announcement made by O'Connor, certainly guarantees blockchain adoption in a big way in Africa. O'Connor is confident that 𝗖𝗢𝗔𝗡's final phase in a huge government deal will draw millions of people to the Cardano blockchain. So here's the quote, right? So unfortunately, I cannot show as much as I would like. What I can say is that we are at the final stages of a large government contract which would have multi-million users being onboarded onto the platform for a real-world blockchain implementation. This is a sort of 10x improvement in real-world terms. What currently is being done is in this area. But obviously, this is also a government process as well. So getting the contracts done, getting everything agreed is a very lengthy process. But that's not just in Ethiopia. So O'Connor trusts that by the end of February, all the formalities will be finalized so that the official statement can be made while conducting routine monthly 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗃 updates show the prominent people in the country. So the core of the venture, is 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘, a decentralized identity system using Cardano blockchain. The project will permit people to have control over their private data and engage with institutions in an easy, private and safe manner. The venture will transform into the biggest real-world use case for the budding blockchain. And O'Connor has stated, I think that this development will actually be the largest blockchain development or deployment done anywhere, period. I am not including speculative asset trading, but an actual real-world deployment in the world. Okay, so we are... Chris, this is absolutely massive stuff that's being spoken about in this particular article. And, to see literally a government contract to this scale being implemented in a real world case would be absolutely massive and a huge undertaking in itself, in a similar way that you see people like Ripple trying to undertake the money movements around the world is a huge undertaking. It takes time and precision to get done correctly. So I do not imagine this will be a short-term thing. I think it's going to take time to make sure it gets executed correctly, and it's definitely in line with our 2025 thinking, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say, Nick, on that note, like the whole Africa thing, and I think we've talked about this on live streams. This is massive, like, and I don't think Charles is really sort of, I don't know, giving it the justice. And maybe this is like a deliberate thing, like, but for me, like, this is China before China as we know it now. Right back when, before everyone started manufacturing everything there. That is, China is the future of Africa in terms of business, and the scaling up that's going to be happening there is just it's obscene. There's lots of companies from America moving out there. There's lots of business owners setting up businesses over in Africa, and we've mentioned before, Nick, that there's a bit of a trade war sort of going on in order to build up their businesses there and stuff like that, because the potential there is massive. And we talk about the number of people onboarded and 10x and that side of things. I think it's going to be far bigger than that.
Absolutely. So it's going to be absolutely huge, but it doesn't end there, Chris. A second venture in Tanzania is also on the verge of getting completed. The venture will centre on offering internet access to people who cannot afford it. IOHK will provide every telecom client with a digital identity and also offer ADA as a mode of payment. So as Connor mentioned, IOG intends to create some serious movement into the financial inclusion through this project. So now that we have 100,000 to 200,000 telco subscribers in Tanzania, now let's plug in the $12 billion ADA market and allow people to start making loans directly to the people and generate real economic value. So again, another fantastic thing that's going on here within Tanzania that's really going to show some huge adoption for Cardano, the blockchain, as well as obviously ADA being used for payments as well. It's going to be absolutely huge. So if we can just continue here for a second. However, the two ventures in Tanzania and Ethiopia is just a start. As disclosed by O'Connor, IOG has 3 more countries on the radar, right? Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria. In the case of South Africa, he stated that it is an interesting project encompassing issuance. All ventures are anticipated to benefit several million people, implying that IOG will draw 100 million users in an initial stage. So we have quite reasonable plans to onboard 100 million users on this identity platform within the next year or two. This might seem ambitious, but actually the scale of the African continent means that it's quite realistic. After hosting smart contracts and native assets on Cardano mainnet, with the total rollout of Gogon, O'Connor anticipates a huge push with respects to advancements from the community. Furthermore, after completing projects on 5 countries, 14 more African countries are anticipated to follow suit. That should be just the beginning. After these 5 focus countries, we've got plans for another 15 countries, which we will start working on after we deliver on these first 5. So you can just see the scale of Cardano. It's going to be an absolute beast, and we're starting to see a little bit of price discovery. But as soon as all this stuff kind of gets out there and they start finalizing a few of these things, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of money flowing into Cardano, and it's going to be the ADA token that's going to be in the top 5 for some significant time to come.
Yeah, and to be honest, I know there's other things that are happening in the background, so this just just scratches the surface of the stuff that's going on for Cardano. Massive project, going to do very, very well. And I know we talked about the staking pool up front, Nick, but if you're not delegating your ADA and you've just got it held in a wallet, then you're not holding it right. And I'm not just saying this because we've got a pool. You know, we would love to have you delegate in our pool, but regardless of what pool you delegate to, you should be delegating to one, because, you know, at the minute it's what? How much is it a token at the moment, Nick?
Right now, let me just load up coin market cap here. ADA is currently trading at 60.9 cent.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that going to be in the future? I think we've called out a $5 ADA at some point in 2021, right? You know, if it gets near that, you know, you think, depending on the amount of tokens that you've got, potentially earning 5% on top, you know, it's a passive income. You know, so that's what I'd say on the pool front. Obviously, we'd love to have you staking with ourselves.
Absolutely.
Cheek.
Absolutely. Go check it out. If you're delegating elsewhere and you're looking for a change and want to come over to our pool, go check that out under 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗃. And if you, as Chris was saying, not delegating your ADA, do go ahead and check out the ticker of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗃, the Cheeky Crypto Cardano staking pool. We'd love to have you there. It'd be fantastic to make blocks with everyone. Right, let's jump over to the charts, Chris. Let's specifically take a look at the Cardano to USD chart. And we're going to have a look and see what's going on. So unfortunately, this website seemed to have reset everything for me today, so I'm going to have to put on the new Fibonacci's and all that kind of stuff. But here we are on Cardano to the USD on the daily. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab that Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to throw that on, and we're basically going to take this high of today because it was a good level. So we're going to take that, and I'm going to go ahead and throw on, yeah, I'm going to throw this one on down here. Okay, perfect. So this now gives us a bit of an idea as to what to expect. Okay, I'm just going to pop that over. Right, so there's now a Fibonacci retracement, and we can see what's going on. Okay, so on this daily chart here, we can obviously see this right to the top here, okay? And we're going to expect a bit of a pullback, which we've kind of had already, okay? So we've seen the highs, and we've also seen those lows. So I'm just going to make sure I get this completely right. There we go. Okay, perfect. So on Cardano, we've seen it as high as 70 cent, okay? And it has pulled back recently. We're around 60 now. So we're kind of targeting to come down maybe to about 51 cent or so. Basically, within the Fibonacci's, we're looking to hit one of multiple of these particular levels. We wouldn't expect it to drop below 47 cent at this point down here. That just isn't very unlikely to happen. But I would say, you know, aim for saying we're going to expect something maybe in that 51 cent range, 52 cent range. But it's possible that we only come down to 56 and then bounce up from there. So, you know, it's basically you hit one of these key levels and you're basically shoot off back up again. And obviously we have the 786 area. That's a key area. We have to be up here in order to move on out, obviously. So getting a close up here is very important. And it's frustrating that today is obviously the end of the week, so getting a closed candle down here is a little bit painful because up here would have been more bullish, but nonetheless it gives us a week to kind of get back up into this zone here, close the candle up here in a week, and then we can push on to new heights. Now we can have a look at this volume. We've had a lot of selling pressure today, lots of volume here going through, being sold off, and you'll see the MACD is still in a positive position, and we're very much overbought still on this daily chart. So what we're going to do is throw this down into our 4-hourly view. This is going to show us a bit more of the granular detail of what's going on. Here we can see literally the influx of volume, and the volumes are still going up, right? Hour on hour on hour, they are going up and increasing. So really, really good. We also had that 1 hour where the volume was negative. Everything else here is doing really, really well. We can see the pullback most recently. We can see that this candle here pushing through. When we take a look at this on the 4-hourly, it's going to give us a little bit more of a detail of what's going on. But for now, we can see the ride up, the slight cool off, and then we'll potentially bounce up from here. So on this RSI, we can see that we're overbought, but we've come down just below the 70 line at 65 at the minute on this 4-hour chart. So that's a good sign. We can bounce up from here pretty quickly, as you can see. Not a huge amount of room to the upside, but if you get the volume, it tends to not matter so much. Anything around 50 is a good level. As you can see in here, you get to that 50 and then you can shoot up to this upside pretty quickly. Right, let's pull this down into the 1-hour view, Chris, and we'll just take a look and see what's going on for Cardano on the hourly. And here we can see much more of that volume, right? We're riding the volume up, and it's still increasing, slightly flattened now in the last couple of hours. But you know, we've had the red candles here, and we've got the green. It seems to be that we're fighting a sideways motion now up against this 786 Fibonacci retracement zone. Okay, so up here, you can see it was very much acting as support on this hourly chart. Okay, so we can see that pretty much right there, it's acting as support. That got broken down and is now more of resistance at that 786 Fibonacci. Okay, so we're going to be watching that closely over the hours and see how that plays out. In an ideal world, we want the volume to start dropping down a little bit in the same way that you can see the volumes dropping down here. If the volumes drop down, that allows us to trade sideways whilst we correct our Fibonacci retracement. With that being said, Chris, this hourly chart on this Fibonacci retracement zones and our RSI and the MACD, the RSI, Chris, is showing us some really interesting stuff. We've actually already come down. So this particular point here brought us right the way down towards 40, just north of 40, about 42. And since then, we're actually just below the 50 zone on this RSI, bringing it in at about 48. That's a really good zone to get this thing flipping to the upside again. And one of the things that we've been speaking about a lot, Chris, is it's kind of rinse and repeat. Okay, you have you come up here at the top of your RSI, it becomes overbought up here. Okay, the volumes drop down, correct RSI down to a lower level without doing any damage to the price, because it just trades sideways when that volume drops down. That then basically allows for the volume to pick up, and when that volume picks up, you're so low on this RSI, you have all this swing to the upside. And when you get to the top, yes, you're overbought. If you get the volume dropping again, even though this slight volume just dropped here, for example, allows us to trade sideways, corrects the RSI, and then we pop to the upside again, pushing the price even higher. And right now, it looks like the same thing's happening again. So we've had all this motion to the upside. We've had that little pullback here. Okay, but our RSI is all the way back down at the bottom here, which means just a kick in volume can really push this thing to the upside really quickly. So I don't think we're going to be trading sideways for all that long before we go up to the next price discovery, which will be, in my opinion, above 70 cent. So everything looks like it's going to be good on the Cardano chart. So let's just pull that up to the daily view again, where you can see it looks very negative on the daily view. It looks very much that we are overbought. We've had a load of selling pressure. The candles come down below the 786, but in reality, we know on the hourly view that we're already down here on this RSI. We know that the volumes have started to flatten out, but are still high as well. So a drop in the volume could push the RSI slightly lower without doing any damage to the price, and everything could just be geared up to take us to the high, to the next high level, right? So if we look at our next price target, Chris, it comes in at 93 cent. Okay, so 93 cent is the next price target that we're looking for on Cardano and the ADA token. So lots of work to go on there. Beyond that, we're looking at then $1.29. After that, $1.66, then $1.89. And I still think we're going to see $5 ADA in 2021. Everything is showing that it's going to be a very, very good year for Cardano. It's going to be a very good year for almost all cryptocurrencies, with the exception of a few. And yeah, Cardano is going to be one of those ones that they definitely wanting to hold on to for a period of time, because I think it's going to do very, very well long term.
For sure, definitely.
Right. Yeah,
absolutely aligned to that. It's going to do fantastic.
Fantastic. So as always, guys, if you do find this video useful, informative, go ahead and smash that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it, and so do I. And if by chance you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And with all that said and done, we hope you have a fantastic day, guys, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Take care.